I'll handle things from here on.
Hi, I'm Rado Ratusznik, game director here at One More Level, creators of one of the breakout hits of 2020, Ghostrunner.
Free at last.
Ghostrunner is a hardcore first-person parkour slasher, featuring one-hit one-kill mechanics with lightning-fast action and swift but deadly combat. Ghostrunner offers a truly unique single-player experience on PC and consoles.
Pleasure to meet you. Face to face, that is. Now, let's take a look inside.
The very first prototypes of Ghostrunner were created around the beginning of 2019. Our previous game, Ghostrunner, an intense top-down shooter with one-hit one-kill mechanics, had given us a first to develop something unique with this combat mechanic, but in the first person. Something that would also give the player a feeling of speed and motion, combining action and combat. A short yet intense solo game that did not disrupt the player's flow. Within 5 months, our whole team was working on the initial vertical slice. In Ghostrunner, we really felt we were developing something truly special. Many modern first-person games focus on combat with firearms or military conflicts. There are very few examples incorporating only melee weapons. One-hit one-kill mechanics are rarely used in first-person games, especially in titles with such dynamic gameplay. We were incredibly excited over the cyberpunk renaissance and decided to be a part of it. We wanted to leave our mark here, and for Ghostrunner to be proof of our vision and an example of the titles that we want to create at One More Level. We want to develop action games that combine the bold gameplay traditionally found in indie games with an audio-visual setting of a AAA production. We approach game design by firstly focusing on gameplay. All the other aspects of the game need to reinforce and complement the core mechanics. This means that a level's true strength and fun factor must be easy to identify, long before it looks anything like its final form. Gameplay elements need to be visible, clear, and not overshadowed by any purely decorative components. When designing the levels of Ghostrunner, the most important aspect for us was to make sure the player was in continuous motion throughout the game, and how we could make it relatively simple for players to identify all the possible paths and routes available, while not wasting any time thinking about where to go or what to do next. Uninterrupted movement is the very essence of Ghostrunner, and crafting levels that allow the player to freely traverse one platform to another seamlessly was crucial to delivering on our core principle.
You're alive. Can you hear me? They are already looking for you.
Ghostrunner's world is cyberpunk themed, but our brand of cyberpunk is far more grim, dark, and gloomy than others. Think post-apocalyptic cyberpunk. Our aim was to create a feeling of desolation, ruin, and overall bleakness, while sticking close to the classic cyberpunk aesthetics of cluttered city streets, illuminated by countless neon signs and sleek with rain. We wanted to combine readability and streamlined visual design with an immersive atmosphere and detailed environments. It was important that Dharma Tower's levels looked and felt real, but to play as smoothly as possible. A tower full of platforms to jump on and billboards to run across, but still oozing with the atmosphere of ramshackle, dystopian vertical metropolis. Our inspirations for Ghostrunner's design came from many classical works of the genre, including The Matrix and Blade Runner. Titanfall and Mirror's Edge also had an impact on the first-person perspective, parkour, and wall-running mechanics. And to complement the stunning visuals, we partnered with Copenhagen-based electronic music producer Daniel Deluxe. His retrowave and dark synth vibes are a perfect match for Ghostrunner's grim, futuristic atmosphere. The game's core mechanics feel very rhythmic, so a strong, expressive beat not only serves as an audio background, but actively amplifies the player's experience. The one-hit one-kill feature is a key component of Ghostrunner. Combat encounters are quick and ruthless, designed to play out like speed puzzles, where players must quickly identify which enemy to attack first and how, while still avoiding attacks from other enemies in the vicinity. It is not difficult to kill an enemy with one blow, but surviving long enough or even getting in close enough range to attack is a different story. We created a variety of enemy types that present different challenges to players, all while prioritizing speed as the most important factor. The basic pistol wielders, or the keys to give them their official name, are just the beginning, as more variety awaits players as they traverse Dharma Tower. Each of our enemies were developed with different forms of attack and unique weak spots. Learning how to best counter each type of enemy is a crucial part of the player's experience. Identifying how to deal with their different combinations adds a further layer of quick thinking complexity, whilst a precise, laser-focused approach helps players glide through Ghostrunner's dystopian world. We felt it was equally important not to punish a lack of accuracy, given they are processing multiple paths, enemy attacks, and other environmental aspects. Trial and error are often the way when attempting to navigate new levels, so we built a respawn system along with frequent checkpoints strategically placed before every encounter or challenge that take mere seconds to bring players right back to the action. Players are never forced to repeat more than a short fragment of gameplay. This helps make repeated approaches to any given encounter or challenge an exhilarating exercise. When players die, there is no prolonged death animation, no loading screen, no annoying pause to break the flow. Respawn in the blink of an eye and you are back in action. Speed is a core gameplay mechanic that permeates Ghostrunner. No stopping, no waiting, no losing control of your character for the sake of set pieces or load screens. We want players to feel immersed in the rush, to experience Ghostrunner's insane speed, not only through gameplay such as running, jumping, grappling, or combat, but throughout the entire game's design. Speed is crucial and was a main pillar of development. There are many areas that have an impact on the player's ability to be quick, from the level designs, the enemy types and their placement, to the traps and puzzles. There are the ones most people are aware of, but behind the scenes there are many contributing factors that allow a player to effortlessly glide through a level with pixel precision accuracy. Developing Ghostrunner on Unreal Engine 4 allowed us to take advantage of NVIDIA's latest development in graphics technology. The latest Reflex update, available today, helps to significantly reduce latency to improve overall responsiveness. Combined with DLSS and RTX, it has helped to deliver a far more responsive, immersive, and engaging version of Ghostrunner.
This may feel a little strange.
The NVIDIA Reflex update helps to significantly reduce the latency between player input, and the in-game reaction from our protagonist Jack. In Ghostrunner, where pinpoint accuracy is a key component of gameplay, delivering the fastest response times possible allows player the confidence to grapple from hook to hook, to leap or run from wall to wall, to navigate deadly obstacles and traps. We did not want players being punished for a mistimed enemy takedown. Here, players with Reflex enabled will pick up a slight advantage in a game where milliseconds often mean the difference between life and death. The speed at which players can react to enemies or obstacles is vital. Reaction times need to be as fast as possible, and Reflex has helped us to deliver a 30% overall decrease in system latency. As I have mentioned before, speed is the essence of Ghostrunner. Our huge community of speedrunners are constantly battling each other to beat their respective times. How quickly can they beat the levels of Dharma Tower? How much time can they save? Brief moments mean the difference between life and death, success or failure. And with the launch of the Reflex update, we are looking forward to seeing who can become the fastest Ghostrunner of all time. Ray tracing helps to improve image quality, producing realistic and immersive environments. It can greatly enhance the lighting, shadows, reflections and more. Dark areas are illuminated by reflected ray traced light, and reflective surfaces appear far more lifelike with real-time reflections. Feeling connected to the post-apocalyptic cyberpunk world of Ghostrunner feels natural. We implemented the RTX feature into 3 core areas: full scene ray traced reflections, high quality ray traced ambient occlusion, and ray traced soft shadows. Ray tracing technology works wonderfully in the wet, steamy and neon-saturated surroundings of Ghostrunner's post-apocalyptic world. The glossy surfaces beautifully reflect the ubiquitous lights of an atmospheric cyberpunk environment. The reflections appear as they would in the real world, helping to maximize realism and player immersion. With ray tracing, we were able to create dynamic reflections, free of classic rendering limitations typical on static capture and screen space reflections. The perfect addition to our virtual setting and making for a far more efficient development process that requires less resources. RTX gave us a unified, cohesive and easy to understand solution, and most importantly, helps to provide a seamless player experience with zero delay. Ray traced ambient occlusion gave us the full geometric data of occluding objects, on and off screen, removing the previous technical limitations of screen space ambient occlusion. Ray tracing has helped us achieve the immersive, realistic shadowing of larger spaces in our post-apocalyptic cyberpunk world. Traditionally, there are limitations to the fidelity of shadowing in game environments. Fortunately, with modern GPUs, we are able to take advantage of real-time ray-traced shadows. We are able to introduce strategically tweaked light sources that create contact-hardened soft-edged shadows, defined by the distance ratio of the shadow caster, receiver, and light source. These dynamic shadows can impact the visuals of a scene massively. Without RTX, there are some limitations to the fidelity you can expect. With RTX implemented, shadows can be even more varied than before, and provide pixel-perfect precision in situations that require it, such as areas where small or thin objects need to cast detailed shadows. This would not be possible with the classic shadow mapped approach, which instead produces a rather sharp shadow caused by limited shadow map resolution and combined with lights casting shadows on surfaces at an angle. Improving the visual quality of a video game can often mean a sacrifice to frame rate and overall performance. Given Ghostrunner's focus on speed, a drop in frame rate or dip in performance is something we simply could not afford. Every second counts. In tests, prior to launch, we saw players achieving over 100 frames per second in 4K resolution, and around 60 frames per second with RTX on in 4K when DLSS is enabled. When DLSS is switched on, the number of frames per second is doubled. Deep Learning Supersampling, or DLSS as it is better known, has helped us to achieve incredible performance results, offering Ghostrunner players fast-paced gameplay with 120 plus frames per second, all in high resolution. And the implementation of DLSS was quite seamless with Unreal Engine 4. And the results were instantly spectacular. Ghostrunner performs exceptionally well, with all the visuals features fully enhanced. DLSS provides an immense boost to the player's frame rate, delivering crisp, high-end visuals, even with the highest resolution and quality settings are enabled. Coming to the end of our talk, we just wanted to say some words of thanks to the media, our partners and fans alike. We have been really pleased and incredibly humbled by the amazing response from everyone. Truly, thank you from me and the whole One More Level team. We have already exceeded our initial expectations and hope that more players continue to discover Ghostrunner, while our existing community continues to enjoy the new content we are developing. To that end, we are keen to ensure we continue to work on Ghostrunner through content updates, DLC launches, ongoing patches, and fixes. We launched our first DLC back in December 2020, the Winter Pack. This brought some additional vanity items to the game, as well as hardcore mode, a tougher challenge than the original base game, with redesigned levels and enemies of all types from the very start. This week, we are launching our second set of DLC with the Metal Ox Pack. Inspired by the Chinese Year of the Ox and Confucianism virtues, the Metal Ox Pack features 4 brand new katana and glove sets: right, benevolence, justice, and integrity. We also added 2 brand new game modes: Kill Run and Photo Mode. Kill Run will see players dash through Dharma Tower with a countdown timer, adding further complexity to their reaction times and abilities. Killing enemies adds seconds to your countdown, precious seconds that could mean the difference between life and death. Photo Mode will allow players to grab screenshots or photos from their favorite areas of the cyberpunk, or capture intense battle scenes. We cannot wait to see what stunning content the community will create. We are very excited for the additional game modes we have added to the game. It provides our community with another challenge which we hope they will really enjoy. And finally, with this latest update, we are also announcing the launch of the NVIDIA Reflex feature. Available right now, players can simply download the latest patch to take advantage of NVIDIA Reflex and the additional performance improvements. We are expecting to see some quicker times than before. And who knows, maybe the quickest Ghostrunner speedrun of all time. Have you tried Ghostrunner? Can you beat the best time in the world? Or run a faster time than before? Why not jump in and try it today? Ghostrunner is currently available on all major platforms with up to 50% discount for a limited time. Ghostrunner is also available through the GeForce Now launcher. See you in the Cybervoid runners. Thanks, Rado.